Today on Santa Monica Update.
Since we have a giant ocean as our backyard, it's easy to overlook the need for water conservation. Coming up next, I'll tell you why we need to conserve our water now more than ever.
Coming up, it's the 18th annual Super Bowl-A-Thon.
Santa Monica residents and employees were out in record numbers last month for the 2014 homeless count. Find out more about the homeless count on Santa Monica Update.
We have these fun, interesting, and important stories along with more news about the city of Santa Monica in today's show. I'm Tamara Henry.
Santa Monica Update, your source for local news in Santa Monica. Santa Monica Update starts now.
Hello, everybody. The LA Marathon is coming. For the 5th year in a row, the LA Marathon will run on Sunday, March the 9th. Beginning at Dodger Stadium and running through historic sections of Los Angeles, the race will end up in our backyard on Ocean Avenue at California. There will be many, many people in Santa Monica that day, along with many cars. With family and friends of 25,000 runners and spectators joining regular Sunday crowds, parking in the downtown area will be extremely challenging. So we are urging residents who want to watch the action to walk, bike, or take a bus to your preferred viewing area. Visit smgov.net/LA Marathon for more information, maps, specials, and more. And on race day, March 9th, make sure to follow @Santa Monica City on Twitter for parking updates, road closures, and more timely info. What is your most loved business in Santa Monica? The city's taking a poll and wants your input. To give us your 2 cents, simply go to buylocalsm.com and click on the survey link. I can't wait to see the results. Chalk one up for the Rent Control Board. A landlord has refunded $18,000 to a Santa Monica family after the Rent Control Board found that they had been improperly charged an open market rate for an apartment. The landlord had originally claimed that his disabled mother needed the apartment, so he evicted a former tenant. The landlord's mother did not move in, and the landlord later renovated the apartment and re-rented it at the market rate to a young family. When the Rent Control Board learned of this, they began a civil enforcement action. The landlord did not admit wrongdoing when the case was settled, but he did agree to reduce the rent from $29.50 per month back to $12.54. He then refunded the overcharges back to the tenant. Santa Monica's newest parks have been recognized as Frontline Parks by the National City Parks Alliance. The Alliance said Tongva Park and Genser Square are inspiring examples of urban green spaces. If you haven't seen them yet, you need to get out and go. You'll be glad you did. For the last several years, California has been plagued with some of the driest weather conditions in nearly 100 years. As a result, California Governor Jerry Brown has declared a drought state of emergency and is asking residents to reduce their water usage by 20%. And the city of Santa Monica is doing everything in its power to assist residents and business owners with this process.
With the driest year in recorded history here in California and the second drought in nearly 5 years, the city of Santa Monica is asking its businesses and residents to step up and do their part when it comes to water conservation.
This year we have the lowest ever recorded history rainfall. We're in a major drought right now. We've had a lot of droughts recently, so this is kind of unprecedented in California history, and I think we're seeing the start of impacts on our water supply in California with climate change. We're having lower snowpack, so there's lower water available.
Here in Santa Monica, we've made a commitment to become water self-sufficient by 2020, which means we'd get all of our water from local ground wells. Seeing that we're 70% of the way there already, what else can we do?
The way for us to do that is to really promote greater water efficiency. We're trying to pump more water out of the ground, but there's a limited amount. So to augment that, we've got to be more efficient and effective with the way we use the existing water that we have.
While most might think they can't make a difference, you'd be surprised on how the little things can go a long way.
Just look for leaks. Check your toilet if your toilet's running and leaking. That's a big problem. Check to see if you have low flow aerators on your faucets. If you have the lowest high efficient toilets and other fixtures. Whenever you're replacing things like your washing machine or your dishwasher, get the most water efficient fixtures.
Other things like not leaving your faucet on while brushing your teeth and while washing dishes can help. But there's one thing you can do to make a huge difference.
The biggest thing you can do in Santa Monica here is retrofit your landscaping. So a lot of us have very thirsty lawns out in front of our houses. The city provides grants right now to help you pull out your lawn and replace it with water efficient plants and very water efficient irrigation systems. So replacing sprinklers with drip irrigation, for instance. That's a huge part of your water use, and you can save well over 20% in your watering just by doing that.
And the city is helping out in a big way by providing residents and business owners up to $3,000 in grants to assist those who decide to go eco-friendly with their landscape. When it comes down to it, it's just about being a little more water-wise, just a little more conscious of how we use our water.
Water is not an unlimited resource in California or in Santa Monica, so you really got to treat it like it is. It's a precious commodity and take care of it.
With so many resources, perks, and even rebates for doing the right thing by cutting back on your water usage, the City of Santa Monica couldn't make it more enticing if they tried. For more information about how you can do your part in Santa Monica's plan to become water self-sufficient, check out sustainablesm.org. The 2014 homeless count in Santa Monica took place on Wednesday, January 29th. Beginning at midnight, a record number of volunteers, along with city officials, canvassed Santa Monica streets in an effort to identify individuals without proper shelter. Gail Choice has more on our community coming together to address homelessness in Santa Monica.
The quiet streets of Santa Monica at night play host and a place of refuge for those people who have no home and nowhere to go. At first glance, you likely think that someone has left a bundle of discarded clothing on a public bench. But you soon realize that it's a human being, an older woman surrounded by everything she owns.
So what we do here tonight is we gather over 200 community volunteers from all walks of life. We put them into teams, and we send them out across all 19 census tracts in the city. They'll cover every street, every alley, every park, and they will visually count the number of homeless people that they find sleeping on the streets of Santa Monica tonight.
It's around 10 p.m., and this man is all set for the night. The plastic bag on his head is in place because it feels like rain. His eyes are wide open. You wonder what's on his mind.
Well, this night's really important to us. The homeless community here in Santa Monica is a big part of what we do and engage in every day as police officers in the city of Santa Monica. Almost 40% of our calls for service involve homeless individuals. So tonight we really get an indication on how we're doing with dealing with the homeless population and what we need to do in the future in order to address the needs of the communities in regards to the homeless.
Unlike many Southern California cities, Santa Monica takes a yearly count.
The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development requires that homeless counts be done every other year on the odd years. However, the city of Santa Monica decided in 2010 that we really felt like a 2-year gap was too long to really be able to tell what the trends were in the community and what was changing in our homeless population. So we felt like it was really important to do this every single year so that we would be up to date on what's happening in our community.
The city of Santa Monica works diligently to help people like these find safe housing and care. Every year, city officials and volunteers take to the Santa Monica streets after midnight to count the number of homeless individuals who have no place to go.
I think that the organizations we have here in the city that are out there doing the work, both the city staff and especially the nonprofit organizations that focus on homeless services, are really using this information to do a real tangible good, getting people in permanent housing, making sure people have stable housing, food sources, mental health care, all the things that have been proven to show to get people out of being homeless and becoming people who are housed and have jobs and are in a really good circumstance. And I think it's getting this data, finding out where to provide people with those services that really gets them in that position.
Gail Choice, Santa Monica Update.
The results of the 2014 count of homeless people will be presented at the Social Service Commission meeting at 7 p.m. Monday, February 24th at the Ken Edwards Center. The public is welcome to attend. The West Side Shelter and Hunger Coalition held its 18th annual Super Bowl-A-Thon, and I couldn't wait to get to the Bayshore Lanes to find out who would win the ever-popular Chiefs Challenge between the police and fire departments. Take a look at how they're striking out homelessness. Striking out homelessness. This annual event brings together over 700 bowlers from nonprofits, city governments, media, faith congregations, and businesses, including many from the local hospitality industry.
We always say it brings the fun and fundraising, and it's really, again, the one event that brings the entire community together.
The Chiefs Battle is where they face off in this long-standing feud between the police and fire departments.
I'd love to talk trash. The reality is my game speaks for itself, and it's not a very pretty conversation.
I always say that it's better to be humble and let performance speak for itself.
This year's Super Bowl-A-Thon top sponsors were the Kiwanis Club of Santa Monica and Capital Source Bank.
It means the world to us, and it makes a big difference in the work that we're able to do.
The last couple of years, we've had very little increase in homelessness statistically, and so we're just hoping that we've continued to fight this war of poverty.
Donna Gentry makes sure there are tons of fun and games, including top-notch raffle prizes from Perry's Cafe. But the biggest bowling battle, of course, is the long-standing face-off.
How do you feel now?
Like a winner, of course.
Well, I got to give Jackie a lot of credit. She kicked my rear end.
Proceeds from Super Bowl-A-Thon 18 benefit the West Side Shelter and Hunger Coalition's efforts to strengthen services to homeless and at-risk men, women, and families through education, advocacy, and service coordination.
Thanks to our amazing community, this year's Super Bowl-A-Thon is breaking records not only in attendance, but in cash for a good cause. Reporting for Santa Monica Update, I'm Tamara Henry.
To sign up for your own team next year or to volunteer for the West Side Shelter and Hunger Coalition, go to westsideshelter.org. With hopes of gaining more resident involvement in our city, the City Council is planning outreach efforts. 49% of our residents are aged 30 to 50 years old. These people are vital to our city. They're working and raising families, but we still need their voices to help guide our future. So the council is looking to bring civic affairs to places where people gather in order to create informal discussions about what's happening in Santa Monica. Look for some surprising new developments from this civic effort. More information will be available beginning February 19th at citizenacademy.com. Now it's time for our newest segment, which may be your first look at your next pet. Here's Mike Graham and Barbara Bishop with our Pet of the Week.
Meet Vino and Ms. Lucky, Santa Monica's Pets of the Week.
Check out Miss Lucky. She's a 2-year-old brown tabby with medium-length hair. She's very playful, affectionate, and loves to sit in your lap and purr.
And this is Vino. He's an 11-year-old male, black domestic shorthair. He's friendly, calm, and gets along well with other cats.
Both cats have warm personalities. They get along great with children and adults. These guys are current on their vaccinations and have been spayed and neutered.
If you're interested in either of these adorable cats or checking out other animals available for adoption, please visit the Santa Monica Animal Shelter located at 1649th Street.
There are also dogs and turtles, a snake, parakeet, and guinea pig, all waiting for their forever homes.
Since our last segment, many of our animals have been adopted. Thanks for your support.
See you next time.
To find more pets like Miss Lucky and Vino, visit the Santa Monica Animal Shelter at 1649th Street. Well, that's it for this edition of Santa Monica Update. When you're outside in our city, please stay alert and be careful. I'm Tamara Henry, speaking for all of us at City TV. Thank you for watching.